Hey everybody, this is my beautiful niece Olivia, and we are doing some cooking today. Do you know what the name of it is that I'm going to teach you how to make?
No.
Okay. Well, it's like an almond roca, which is kind of like a toffee, but instead of almond and chocolate, we're going to do caramel and pecans because my good friend Ken, who is the owner of Sweet Frogs and Fazoli's, it's his birthday coming up, and I promised him that I would make him some, well, let's just call it caramel pecan roca. You can probably hear the television in the back, but anyways, so I'm going to walk her through it, and that way you guys can learn at the same time, right? All right, so just remember, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to unwrap those 3 sticks of butter and put them in the pan. We're going to put the pan on like medium.
Soft butter.
Yeah, it can be, it just goes faster if it's soft. And we're going to watch Olivia's arm get really tired because when you're making toffee, you can't stop stirring it. You cannot stop.
I'm so excited.
I'm so glad you're excited. I love cooking with my girl. Oh my goodness. This is going to be awesome. And it's going to taste so amazing. And a little bit goes a long way. I mean, you make a ton of that.
All right, do I put the sugar in now?
Let the, put the stove on. Let the butter melt a little bit. So it's the bottom right.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Okay, so put that on about 5.
No, that's... okay. 5. Yes, we are at 5.
Actually, we're going to go to this level because this is just a little burner.
Okay.
I'll be happy to clean up. I'll be your sous chef.
Thank you.
So we got 3 sticks of butter in the pan. I'm going to throw these away. So stir that around so that it melts real nice, and then we'll put all the 2 cups of sugar. 3 sticks of butter, 3 sticks of butter, 2 cups of sugar, and then after all that's like cooked really well, it's going to be 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I don't use a candy thermometer. I guess I should, or you could if you wanted to. But one thing I do, and I'm going to show you here while she's getting it all going on. I'm going to get, if you do a cup of ice water, because you're supposed to do the toffee until it's hard crackle. Like a hard candy, kind of crackly. So my mom taught me this trick. You can just do ice water if you don't have a candy thermometer. I've actually made this recipe so many times that I don't need either. I just kind of eyeball it and you know exactly when it's perfectly ready. Look at you. So it's getting melty. Yum.
I love liquid butter.
Yeah. You and all the good chefs out there. You can go ahead and put the sugar in and mix that in really good. You gotta keep.
Do we do it like all at once or
yeah?
Like, okay.
Just pour it in. It'll get. Trust me, as you're stirring it, it'll just get all mixed up really well.
It reminds me of making a roux with flour and butter, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Butter, flour, a little milk. That's a good recipe. What do you do with your roux? You make gravy for biscuits or?
Yeah. I don't normally make biscuits and gravy normally. Recently, I used to a little bit.
Yeah?
But not so much anymore. Because I'm going a little vegan. So.
Going vegan?
Going a little vegan.
So I don't know about vegan biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of, well, no, I do know because I made this for a vegan once. Yeah, you just got to play around and experiment and stuff. So if you want to, you can turn that up to about 6, 6.5.
6.5.
But instead of using milk and butter, I used butter flavored olive oil and coconut milk. And it turned out really good.
That's good.
Yeah. So you can make a gravy to go on top of your, do you have like, is there a vegan breakfast sausage?
Yes.
Okay, so you could crumble that up in there, put a little salt and pepper, and you're good to go.
My mom also makes a really good cashew gravy.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. What's she put in that? Just like a cashew milk?
It's cashews. I think they're soaked in water for like an hour, maybe half an hour, I don't know. And then she adds other stuff I don't remember currently. But I think maybe peppers, I don't know. But it tastes really good on biscuits, so.
Maybe it's because it's kind of like a cashew cheese kind of thing. So maybe it's like pimentos.
Maybe.
Like pimentos or something that you put in the blender or, I don't know.
Do you want me to just keep going?
Keep going. It's going to get nice and bubbly hot, and then you're going to keep stirring or else it'll like separate. We don't really want the butter and the sugar to separate. We want the sugar to melt real nice. You're not gonna believe how easy this is. I mean, it's a lot of stirring, but it's the simplest recipe ever. And then after, when that's like at the perfect temperature, it's gonna look like dark caramel. And it's gonna be very, very hot. And we'll put the vanilla in after when it's like just right. Jeez.
Oh, I spilled.
Oh well, that's okay.
Oh, wow.
We can clean the stove. We can clean the stove. That's okay.
Smells good though.
It smells good already, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just keep stirring. Get the outsides into the inside so that it's not separating like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. That's gonna be perfect. Just keep stirring. Just keep stirring. We'll see if your brother will come cook with me next. He's gonna show everybody how to do candied bacon, which is really good. Oops. Yeah, a messy cook is a good cook, right? Mm-hmm. What are some other things you like to make at home? You were telling me about these vegan cookies. Tell me about those.
Okay, so it's a tasty video that I got it from. And so you put I think it's 1/2 cup like regular white sugar, then 3/4 cup brown sugar, and then you add a little bit of coconut oil, maybe like 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and then you put flour, your baking soda, and other ingredients I don't remember. And then after you kind of fold that in, you add the chocolate. The original recipe says to do like dark chocolate chunks, but I just had chocolate chips, so I just put the chocolate chips in.
And how many did you put in?
Not what it called for.
Oh,
more.
I was gonna say just a little more, maybe double. She's my chocolate girl.
Yeah, but like whenever they recommend like the chocolate, you always have to do more.
Yeah, you do.
Because then it's just not chocolatey enough.
Well, no, and you gotta have it chocolatey enough. I mean, some's good, more better, right? Look at that's coming along very nicely. You're doing a good job stirring. See, it's almost liquidy. It's still a little gritty, but the sugar's gonna get all nice and melty. And then the reason I have this here is because when it gets to be like a dark caramely color, you put it on top of a little drizzle on ice, and then you pick it off because it'll be cooled off. And if it's crunchy, then it's ready. If it's chewy, it's not ready. So, but when it is ready, you got to get it out of the pan right away. So it's just kind of like that little bit of it is kind of like, well, you know, gotta hurry up. All right, so I'm gonna shut the video off because we're at 8 minutes now. So I'm gonna shut it off, and then when it's ready to be put the vanilla in, I'll turn it back on and we'll do a video number 2. Sound good?
Yes.